No, so a video from me not linked to a certain event, but I said I'd do one of just, yeah, how I got on in the Grand Prix and basically as well cleaning up and tidying up after the Legend Pass for the Lamborghini season, kind of showing what I got out of it. And yeah, taking a look firstly, like I said, the special event for the SC18. Then also say recent multiplayer rewards as well as the daily events, because there's an event in that I haven't even touched on yet. But yeah, like I said, different video for me definitely, because I don't normally go through stuff I got. But yeah, this is one I said where I would just chuck together like a little overview of kind of the bits and pieces that I picked up over this last season pass, and yeah, kind of give a recap on thoughts on it and hopes for future ones, and then kind of like also of course like what I'll be doing for the next season. Now taking a look here first at the SC18, and yup, I finished up in position 4th, taking 210 points. Now so this was my scores then on the final stage of this. So I took away 40 points from that final stage, and yup, the person who came in 5th place overall there tied with the person in 6th, but based on their qualification time, they actually take away the key for the 5th position, which is looks incredibly strange with the string of days and then a 50 to finish off. But it's just unfortunate for the person, the JCT member there, and yeah, like just lost out on the thing. But this is definitely the most close and very tightly competitive Grand Prix that I've raced. I was in a tier 2 group, so that's a guaranteed key for me and all the people in the top 5. And then I heard some fairly good luck was had by quite a lot of people, at least in my club anyway, with the packs that were open today. So hopefully if you're relying on packs, you also picked up a key today. What do I get? Yeah, it's the SC18, and then like yeah, just some Class A blueprints. I don't think there's anything inside in those. I'd be very surprised. Maybe some credits. You can see like how the points are distributed in this. Like 275, 240, 225, 210, 195, 195. That's where the score completely drops off, which is strange because like most of the time you'd kind of see like a more of a bigger white spread in this. But because of the fact that, say, like the person who's in 7th tier got only 95 points, means that all the rest of the first place finishes and stuff were all taken by just the top 6 players. Which, yeah, like all of them would be key winning scores. The 195 and the 195 tie, they're just decided by the qualification times. But yeah, definitely by far the most competitively fought Grand Prix that I've done to date. Maybe not including the one that I got a blindfold on for, but that's cool enough. At least there's like credits to be had from inside in this, and yeah, quite a lot of credits. I've seen some people who had the packs to open today as well got like keys from those packs, but ended up actually getting like double keys from the packs. So like it was actually possible to end up getting a key for the SC18 and then also getting another key, which would give you was it like 2,000 trade coins, I think it worked out as. And yeah, the rest of this is just 20 import parts all the way to the end. So pretty awesome. SC18 unlocked at 4 stars. No epic import parts for that. It can at 4 stars only have potentially 2 in there. I got the 1 from the final stage anyway, so yeah, I'm definitely happy to get this car just unlocked given the competition in the group I was in. And I don't get the decal for it, but yeah, I think that's absolutely gorgeous looking with just the default decal and my color scheme splattered onto that one. So I'm really happy with that result. Definitely, like I do. Ah, cool. Yeah, up to 89 cars now. I do like the Grand Prix in this. They are stressful as all heck, but still at the same time, I don't know. Like, I like a challenge, and that's exactly what these things give. Multiplayer rewards next. It's going to take a dive in here. The Ghost series, please. Yeah, I thought I might have fallen down from the top 1,000 in that because, yeah, that was finished up last night, but yeah, get the top 1k anyway, and quite an amount of actual tokens granted from that. Cool thing with this master pack is regardless of which one the blueprints that actually decides to give me, they're all good because yeah, they're a bunch of cars. So it's like the Genti, the 911 GT3 RS, and the W Motorsports car that's not the Lycan Hypersport. And yeah, Epic Import Parts then, and 100 tokens. So 400 tokens picked up that way. What do I get? Please not Gen. Ah, cool enough. Yeah, it's miles away from a star upgrade, but still, that is really nice to get. Just some more blueprints for that. 911 GT3 RS, they're always like, yeah, anything that doesn't get mulched into trade coins in this game is really good. And as for all these import parts, I'm gonna be, see what they're getting there. Lotus Elise, just what I needed. It's gonna be 160 trade coins when the next Legend Pass rolls around and I get up to that point. But still, 400 tokens, can't say fairer than that. And yeah, indeed, like, it's a while off of an upgrade, but still, that's nice enough to get, like I said, some blueprints that, yeah, push any car towards a upgrade. Now, so gonna claim up some, yeah, of the daily event stuff then that I have, and that's where the rest of my rewards are gonna come in from and boost that token amount back up. So yeah, I have the Tokyo 2020 to claim top 1% run. That's the one that I uploaded yesterday with no commentary. Sorry, I didn't include a commentary on that because I was just racing this one over and over again, and I was really enjoying just like getting that Furai onto the track. No tricks, no frills, no anything, just Furai as straight as can be, just like no drifting in that thing, and just keeping it like perfectly lined up, trying not to lose speed. And yeah, hopefully a few people gain some percentage time. So I definitely noticed a couple of the comments in that video were just like, that works too well. And yeah, really happy to, yeah, for some people to have gotten a bit of a boost on the credits gained anyway for that one. Pretty cool as well. There was like 1,000 players or so, I think, in the top 1%, because yeah, everyone was obviously able to compete in this with the maxed out Mazda Furai. Definitely a weird D-class car, but yeah, one that just does not do well with yeah, getting thrown around the place by 360s and stuff. Now, more token rewards here. Class A Elite, and yeah, top 5% time in that. I really love that track with the Pagani, the tunnel jam, the charm to drive. So just import parts, and yeah, 150 tokens. I said I'd kind of record this one as well in case people were like, wait, your tokens were down really low and you seem to just shoot up by a couple of K. Yeah, this is like, yeah, I did not farm quite a lot of the token stuff throughout this entire season, where it was possible to kind of ignore token gains from certain bits and pieces. The absolute main one of that being right here, the Ultimate Lamborghini Experience. I have done one race in this so far, and that was the season pass required win with the Lamborghini Centenario. I have not done all the rest of these races. Now, the Asterion is by far my lowest car. I have gotten every single one of these, so yeah. This one's not going to be exciting because this is a 1 minute 15 race, and definitely I think that as long as the Asterion is capable of doing this with ease, yeah, there's going to be no bothers here really. Like, this is my takeaway from the Lamborghini season as well. So like, obviously have that Asterion maxed out. I had it before, so Centenario, during its car hunt, I actually got the epics required to bring that up to gold, making it my first golden S-Class car. But yeah, my second golden Lamborghini, because I have the Hurricane Evo Spider. Absolute. I know which one of those I would rather drive every single day of the week, by the way, and it ain't the S-Class car, even at gold. Aventador SV Coupe, amazing Lamborghini. Always just absolutely love that car. The Gallardo, I really couldn't be bothered spending much tokens on it in this one. It's a nice C-Class car. With the Sart, the Husaria, I just genuinely, I didn't have a place for that to justify spending any tokens on it in this one. I got all the blueprints from the Legend Pass having it, and that was it. Like, car doesn't excite me in the slightest. It was just meh. It's just there. It's another collected car. Aventador J, one that, yeah, hopefully people are collecting blueprints and stuff for that all the time. That is absolute dream to drive. It's kind of big for multiplayer. You'll notice if you're like driving that on lower stars especially, you'll get knocked around the place in it quite a bit. But yeah, it's got some awesome potential, especially with that crazy high top speed. 362 at the 4K rating. The Benino from this one, I love that car. Really, really genuinely fun to drive, Lamborghini. I know people kind of food on it a small bit, given the fact that, like, yeah, it's not a king, but, like, and again, there's only one or two kings in the game, and yeah, I've got a garage with 89 cars in it, so they can't all be kings. Egoista, it's one that buddy HS Mark suggested, like, no, give that another try. I only started racing that one recently in the actual daily events for the expert race and stuff, and yeah, it is kind of nuts to drive. Like, it's definitely handles pretty uniquely as a bullet, but yeah, it's definitely, I had overlooked that because, like, I will admit that, like, I played that at 1 and 2 and 3 stars at the start, and then I was just like, I'll just leave it. And yeah, didn't kind of use it again until it was fully tuned up. And yeah, Mark suggested give it another try, and yeah, beautiful car. Curzo, it's cool, but I don't really like the way that car handles in the slides. I think it shaves off way too much speed in the top. SC18 then, and the Scion FKP, like, those cars near identical. Delighted to have gotten that one from the Grand Prix. The Scion's like another one that, yeah, that one didn't do much for me in terms of excitement, and just he was way too costly to try to start that one up, much more than just getting 1 or 2 stars in the special event for it. But I'm going to start on this one. So currently I'm at 27k, just coming up on 28k tokens, and yep, I'm going to grind this one out to get a win with each one of these cars, and yeah, start to clock up some of those rewards from this. But definitely, I think, like I said, Urban Blaze is not too bad a track. Oh, the Asterion. Pain. But yeah, I do think that the AI in this is tuned to be usually incredibly low. It was with the last season pass rewards track, say, because that one it was possible to get the win with the Taken Turbo S. So I don't think there's any real challenge here other than just having the cars. These kind of ultimate experiences are just obviously here as a way of, like, rewarding players who have picked up the cars during the season. So it's definitely nice to get some of your tokens back. And yeah, I'll just do a 1 blast through the Urban Blaze. I know I got some criticism because of, like, oh, I don't get why you hate the Asterion. I seen in one of the comments the fact that, like, at higher tuning, it's a cool enough car. And I tend to disagree. I don't, yeah, like, a car that, like, can lose so much speed even while, like, open drifting to 120 miles an hour. The H2 speed and other C-class cars can, like, maintain way better speed than that. And, like, the weight of this thing, see, like, a nitro shockwave out of a corner and it's still not getting back up to anywhere near the car's max speed. It's like, it's just one of those ones where it's a cool-ish to have, but definitely never becomes, like, in any way nimble enough to be able to be competitive, I think. Or, well, not so much even just competitive, just to be a choice that I would want to use in, say, a multiplayer scenario, definitely. But yeah, that's the very first one of those. And since the AI is set in all of these, that's pretty much going to be, yeah, going to tear up through all of these races, I think, right here, right now. And I cannot imagine the AI is going to give me any trouble with the Aventador SV Coupe for 100, 100 for the Evo, 100 for the Aventador, same for the Egoista. Then you're getting 300 for the Legend Pass car, 500 for winning the Grand Prix, 500 for the trade coin grind, 750 for going for the car that's not a king, and then 1,000 if you can win as well with the Scion FKP, which is mostly just gotten by having the rest of these kind of in a maxed out state anyway, as well as obviously spending a couple of tokens there to actually get some blueprints for that as well, because yeah, I pumped that up to the 2nd star. But I'm just going to get racing on these, and I've got 28k tokens. Now, up to 28.7 then with the Gallardo done. That one was actually a bit of a tough car, but into the kind of higher end Lamborghinis here. And I said I may as well just record the runs of these as well, because like, yeah, I appreciate that not everyone would have maybe come away with these cars and might like to see how they handle on the track. The Benino, like, that's one that definitely was a bit of a kind of a pleasure to drive on a lot of tracks. Urban Blaze, it's got a couple of places where it's going to punish this car's size, especially like slipping through that tunnel. But yeah, I think for the majority of the Lamborghinis in the actual thing, especially the event cars, there was like stages during their special event where people got to play them in, yeah, max out states. Or there was both Benino and the FKP appeared in, yeah, multiplayer 2 seasons, so there was definitely potential to get the race in these guys. At 6 stars maxed out, obviously that's a state where very few are going to come away from with that. But like, anyone who raced in this Benino at all, like, really beautiful, like in drifting. Yeah, it's definitely like one that even at 4 stars, it's, yeah, really nice, capable car, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. Into like, I love cars that like really rapidly barrel roll like that. The SC18 is actually one that kind of got out a lot of people during this last Grand Prix. I heard people complaining about the slow barrel roll rotation that was giving some players. And yeah, I experienced it myself, obviously, in a few of the stages. So, like, it's kind of just down to the sheer crazy size of the actual, that SC18 in comparison to the Benino, which is big, but yeah, not that same crazy size. 110 there for that guy, and 750 tokens. That's a 10 pack coming in the next, yeah, Legend Pass for me. Yeah, it's cool when the cars actually, like I said, paying back the rewards. Up to 29k. Let's see what we hit up next. Perso, because why not? That's one that I haven't maxed out at all for the 6 star. This is just resting at a 5th star state here, and that is because each one of these 4 upgrades, yeah, you can see exactly why I haven't tuned that guy up. 2.25 million per upgrade, not to mention putting those epic import parts in there is going to cost like 500,000 a pop, I believe. So unless I absolutely need to, I will not be doing that, and I don't think I need to anytime soon. So yeah, definitely it's fine the way it is. It's at 5 stars tuned up to, I think this is pretty much the max of 5-star tuning anyway. Yeah, it's really is a beastly car, like. But this is one that you can get, if you haven't seen this showing up in your Legends store, you can get this at a point, I think it's after like about the 15-16 levels, you'll start seeing it. But the blueprints for it actually cost 4,000 trade coins each, so costly. And you know, it needs like 210 or 300 blueprints for this one to get it all the way to max. So you are talking about like, yeah, literally like 100,000 plus trade coins for that. So like, eating some gravel. But yeah, this one is, it's a pretty weird Lambo, but definitely handles corners really nicely at higher tuning, open drifting, so like drifting without acceleration. And yeah, it's definitely, it's a cool car, but it's just one of those ones. It's like an incredibly long grind, and I appreciate the fact that a lot of players will just skip over this one. Especially if you've got a newish garage, you're not going to have that kind of levels of trade coins. Like, if you're newer to the game and you're thinking like, how do you get 4,000 trade coins every, you know, day to buy blueprints for this one, you have to keep in mind the fact that, so like in my garage, everything outside of pretty much event cars is going to get mulched into trade coins. So yeah, for me, like every single blueprint that you would get from daily events, from daily car loots, FXK, they're all getting turned into trade coins. So yeah, that's why I get like a yeah, really high amount of them. It's just because like the later you play the game, the more of those trade coins you're going to end up getting, because yeah, you don't get blueprints from any races pretty much. But boom, for 500 tokens in the bag, pretty nice. This event is still ongoing for another couple of days as well, so like if you can get your hands on getting this car unlocked, you still have 4 more days to pick up the Terzo. Is definitely possible. SC18, and yeah, this Grand Prix car, it'll be the first time I think I'm taking this out for a spin that's not yeah, locked in by the Grand Prix's key requirements. So quite awesome to be able to actually take this one out and freely drive it. If you did miss out on the key for the SC18, by the way, this did appear on Global around 5 or 6 months after the first Grand Prix of it. So like, yeah, if you missed out on those packs, or if you just like ended up in a group where you did quite poorly, there is a chance that you'll get another shot at the key. Especially, it's going to be like back again. And the cool thing is, say like, if you've this car tuned up to the 2nd, 3rd or 4th star and you missed out on getting the key, the next time this Grand Prix comes around the place, like, you have to think that you're going to be starting off there with the car already tuned up quite a lot. So you'll get like more practice stages, you'll be able to pick up some more blueprints for it, and you'll have already kind of experienced the tracks and the car quite a bit as well. So hopefully the second time around you'll have a bit more luck with it if you missed out that first time. If you did miss out though completely and you didn't tune up the car at all, I always say this, it's like, yeah, it's fine to miss out on certain cars in this game. Ooh, there was a position at the start of this Grand Prix. Oh, this handles things up, but at the start of this Grand Prix, I genuinely thought there was a chance that I could end up in that 6th position, just because I completely botched my 2nd day's race and I ended up with 20 points from that. But yeah, this one I managed to bring it back and mark it up at the end. But yeah, it's just absolutely dream to drive that 110 with the 4-star version of that car. And I think that another 500 tokens. Nice. Yeah, 500 more tokens in the bag. Sweet as can be. And then we just have one more to go, which is the Lamborghini CN FKP 37. And yup, this one is the kind of costly from the last special event in this Lamborghini season pass, but good for 1,000 tokens, so I'm not gonna say no to that. Definitely, like, this is one that, outside of specifically like requiring this car, I can't see me ever sitting into this one. Like, maybe in multiplayer 1, just for the sake of going, look at the car I got. But it ain't gonna win races at 2 stars, really. Just, yeah, this one might kind of open up a bit more in the 3rd and 4th stars. It's not bad. It's just a case of obviously competing against the likes of yeah, players even in a Pagani, I think would smoke this in terms of like speed. Yeah, camping out there 220 miles an hour, like, it's just not really incredibly fast. Decent enough on the drifting, but yeah, definitely if you missed out on this car from this special event, you're grand. This is one where, like, I don't know, it's definitely, it didn't inspire me to want to spend more tokens on it. Definitely, it's just a case of another fairly unstable car as well, with the rear end of this one to kind of bounce around the place an awful lot in the way it handles. Strange, even, like, yeah, in comparison to all the other Lamborghinis, this is definitely a bit on the wobbly side, especially for the cost that thing ended up being for a lot of players. Yeah, 112 time, but it is just a 2-star version of the car. Win the race still by what's that, 17 seconds, so that'll do it. But yeah, extra 1,000 tokens, boom, that's what we like to see. And yeah, what does that bring me up to now? So 31,518. So yeah, I I always said I'd make a video on this just based on the fact that like I knew I had this one left to farm for ages, and I was just kind of like expecting the fact if someone's watching a video is going to like 27k, 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 31k. Storm is doing a Free Willy impersonation. No, I am not. I just had this event unfarmed here. Now, so that was my haul of tokens, and yeah, other rewards. The 18 reaped from this legend pass. Definitely didn't come away too badly from this. Like, those grind stages are really a bit of a pain, but as long as you know what's coming, obviously they're not as bad. Especially, I think the one that would have cut out some players in this one was Star Up Any Car, but at the same time with Grand Prix and stuff ongoing, not too bad, because yeah, there was quite a few different avenues to increase in cars. Before the end of this season pass, we've got Multiplayer 2 season, which has about another couple of hundred tokens in there. And yeah, there is the legendary weekend for the Regera, which is still ongoing, as well as I think there's one. Yeah, so the weekly competition in, so that'd be another 100 tokens. So I should be starting off the next legend pass with somewhere in the region of 32k tokens. Yeah, that can be like an incredibly costly one, but it just depends on how the events kind of transfer over from global and come into the Switch version of the game. Hello, I'm definitely not going to complain too much. I got myself my key and my SC18, 4 stars, 3,790 rating, but yeah, at the end of the day, that thing is just an absolute charm to drive. A bit of a shame with the 3 units of fuel again. So yeah, going into the start of the next season pass, I'm giving genuine thought about actually buying the bundle pass, because that'll be €15 instead of 10, €5 extra, but at the same time it'll give access to say like those upper rewards like the trade coins and the fuel units earlier. And I found those fuel units to be really handy with certain things. Like practice and Grand Prix stages really obviously benefit from them, and also things like car hunt riots, where you get more attempts realistically the earlier you get those. Obviously the full ticket refill is pretty handy, but you get that from jump. But say yeah, like I'm giving a bit of consideration towards the actual like bundle pass, but I might see kind of what yeah, I'm kind of looking at the start of that next season and seeing kind of what I'm going to throw at it. But yeah, definitely I had fun, I want to say, with this one for the most part. I definitely came away with a lot of rewards. I think I came away with nearly the same amount of tokens I went into it, but that's kind of how I like to play this one, as in not spend a load of cash, but obviously play the game a fair amount and just kind of like put in for the legend pass. If you ever see those deals which are like 99% off, those ones I definitely would recommend. 95% deals where it's basically you're paying about €2 for 500 to 750 tokens. If you kind of keep on top of deals like that, and then yeah, never spending tokens on cars unless you absolutely need them for things. To say like with example there, the FKP 37, like that was a car where the only thing I could do with that once having it was just a case of like going to that competition at the end. I finished up in the top 50% of that contest with just that 2-star version of that car. So I knew I definitely wasn't going to be able to push to the 25%. I didn't think with like 1 extra star, I don't think would have made a difference with that. So yeah, it's like you always have to weigh up like how much are you willing to spend in tokens, and then if you're able to get a reward back from it. But yeah, hopefully this video was interesting in a way, and just to see, like I said, definitely wanted to point out the fact that like, yeah, I got a lot of tokens coming in, and yeah, my Grand Prix reward as well, where they came from. So yeah, guys, if you did like this video, please do leave a comment down below. Click the subscribe button up there, all the good stuff, other videos here and here. And yeah, as always guys, good luck, drive safe, and we'll see you in the start of the next season.